Hello, and welcome to Sunday night's live poetry reading by me, the Shoebox Poet, Clarence Plank. I am glad to see you all here, and I got my new book, my new children's book, Life of Penguins. It came in Friday, so I have these available. Unfortunately, the first book, I have a lot of the new book because just ordered them. I ordered some more of the Blueberry Ball, but those won't be here until the 28th, so I have to wait until they come in. I want to go to Amazon and pick one up. They'll probably be here quicker than what I can give you. I said, but if you want to wait and get one autograph from me. So, definitely want to tell you beforehand, go check out my friends, Sarah Aikenhead and Bill Miller on their Cast It Into the Fire podcast over on Facebook and on Spotify. Definitely give them a check out because their newest one has just their latest came out last week, so definitely giving that podcast a check. Check out my friend Jenna Jinx Portraits. Her page where she does some really wonderful drawings and stuff. Check out my adopted sister Alberta and Aria and Brian and their Reiki. And check out my friend Dwight. He does simulated sports. He just finished the series with the Supersonics, Seattle Supersonics. If you remember them from basketball, he has done two series, Game 3 and Game 4, over on YouTube. So definitely check him out there. The links are in the suggestions or in the comments or whatever, or description for this video. So definitely check that out. And Gail doesn't give them much love because he works. These people, they work very hard on what they do. They really love the fandoms and the things that they do. They enjoy it a lot. So definitely go there and give them support, just as much as you should support me. So as we let off, we're going to be reading All the Situations. It's complicated. All the situations. I gotta change my glasses. I can't see crap. It's complicated. All the situations you find yourself often fighting for. Love, friendship, family, all not in that order. Because every breath is spent on healing wounds, finding peace, and wasting away trying to figure out what to do with your life. The frustration of it all, and you can't win, but you have to fight because sinking isn't an option. No matter how the water rushes to cover you beneath the waves of uncertainty, it's a familiar friend, the one you wish you didn't know. So hello, uncertainty. At least you're not draped in a cloak of depression with the mask of anxiety. So this is basically talking about the situations you go through in life. Some situations are a lot more easier, and other situations are complicated. And the complication of those situations where you're dating somebody, but they like to date other people too. So you're going around and around because this person can't make up their mind about who they want to be with. And it becomes a situationship. And I've been in one of those. So you get into the uncertainty of things, the uncertainty of life, about being in, you lose your job, trying to find a new job, trying to do different things, trying to put things together, pull things together. You go through a divorce, and you're trying to figure out how to do things, and keep that connection with your kids, or or trying to find a way to end things amicably. And a lot of times divorce doesn't work that way, or even breakups don't end up, and sometimes it's rare. Maybe it's rare in the situations where you're able to end things with someone, and they don't hold any bitter feelings. It's something, but there's always a bitterness, especially when it comes to love, because it's love. This next one's called Lost Somewhere. Reflections of you and I, lost somewhere in between the noise of life. I watched you leave so many times, no matter what form you took. Tall, short, fat, or thin, brown, blonde, red, or raven-haired beauties. The revolving door still turns like a record playing a familiar song. Your song. And I remember every note, every line, and at time I cry between the verses. Being lost without you, no matter how much I worked to let you go. Every heartbeat recalls your voice, and my mind goes wild as I hallucinate, seeing your silhouette everywhere I turn. Imagining you're still here, curled up next to me, alone in the dark. The faint scent of you still lingers on the pillows, and the pieces of your hair found their way woven into my clothes like knots. My heart has been tied into the day you just walked away, even though it was me who pushed you away. And this right here, you get to the point when you get tired of people coming in and out of your life. And so, with friendships, with people you thought were going to be there with you for the rest of your life, or be within there. But, it's true about what they say. I mean, it's just, people are not meant to stay. Some people are, and some people are not. And it becomes more and more frustrating to a degree. And this situation here is basically looking at the different women that come into your life, or men or women, whichever one. I mean, depending on the preference of who you date, and how you want something that's final, and finally finding someone who will stay and who will be that piece that you want to be a part of your life. But sometimes you just have to let go and push them away, or let them go. And last situation I was in, I had to let somebody go because I couldn't do it anymore, because I had feelings for them and they didn't have feelings for me. So you just have to let it go. This next poem's called Blue to Violet. Her eyes changed from blue to violet when the sunset sprinkled with little lights, like the starry night, and from the moment I was lost in the violet haze. And there are some people who swear up and down that their eye color changes when they are shown different things, or they do different things, which is possible. Or like I had somebody that told me that at one point that their eye color changes when you hold, or when it's in certain lights, which is true. But when you sit there and they're like, oh yeah, look at this, it's just like you're looking at, like, okay. Anyway, What a Dream is the next poem. Thinking of you, what a dream to hold you in my arms. Listen to you whisper my name when we're alone. I just want to spend forever with you, but not out of loneliness, but love. And gaze into your eyes so deep all the riddles of the universe reveal themselves written upon your soul. And that's what I wanted, to be able to have those moments. Because in a sense it is a dream, because you can imagine those things happening, even though you want them to happen. Sorry, I'm trying to. This next one's called The Gloom of Night. Colors of a new day breaking through the gloom of night. Shadows. How shadows have nowhere to hide. as they reveal their secret to the light of day. Black and white become purple, blues, and gold, red hues and orange. Change the night blanket of stars and surrounds the moon in a pale blue relief. Slow clouds paint the dawn with a dazzling display of life being renewed. And this basically talks about the sunset into dusk, and you see how the transition of the colors as the sun begins to set, it goes from like reds and yellows and blue all the way over to blues and purples and to black, because it's night, and you're seeing all those different things and the changes. This next one's called Burn Romance. My hope was gone. Just another burden romance with the ashes scattered among the ruins of love. How could this be? One more flame, another candle flickers as I watch it burn. And I wish I could hold on to you for a moment, because love was gone in a flash. In this poem I was thinking about flash paper. And if you don't know what flash paper is, basically if you hold a little candle to or flame to a piece of paper, just like something like tissue paper, it just goes. And a lot of magicians use this in their tricks or in their stuff, and it's just really fascinating to see it go up. So I'm gonna go one more poem, and then we'll end it here. This next one's called One More Turn. Caught up revolving around the earth. Another day. One more turn. Maybe things will be different. Perhaps my love will be strong enough. Or I'll be enough to push away the shadows. Another pretty face and a reason to find a solution at the bottom of a bottle. She doesn't see how beautiful she is in my eyes. Who you dream. One or day or night. Or daydream about waking up next to a goddess. Countless dreams all burn in the morning light, like nightmares, melting in the webs of a dream catcher. Just for a moment or a night, just to hold her in my arms for one more day, passes me by, trying to find the courage to tell her how I feel. 3 simple words that get lost in my throat. I found myself drowning in her smile, trying to swim against the currents of the shifting tides hitting within my head, because I'm caught up in you. And that was, and there are times when it was for a word prompt, basically, for burn, and just like it was the same word prompt I used in the other poem before that. And as I said, I usually try to hold, some word prompts have a certain limit for things, so for me to progress further along in that poem, and with that one. And that one was basically the point of you wanting to fall in love with somebody, or you're in love with somebody and you want them, but you can't have them because of the things that limit the possibilities of relationships. So you have to burn that bridge. So I hope y'all had a good night. I hope I was able to explain some things to you, have some fun with you. Remember to check out my friends. Remember, I will be on Poets Playground 2 this Tuesday over on Instagram at 7 o'clock with a lot of other wonderful poets. Definitely check us out there. I will be in Nashville on Thursday at Island Vibes for Poets Playground there, up in over at 1314 Antioch Pike. Definitely come by and check us out. It's $5 to sit and watch. Free if you hit the open mic. So definitely check that out. And hopefully I'll be able to go to Twin Kegs on Saturday. Maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see. But y'all take it easy. Have a good one. Be safe. Love y'all. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you so much for the book, for buying my book. Definitely check it out over on Amazon. There's a link in the description box that goes to my books. Definitely check it out. Have a good one. See you next Sunday.